Hey everyone, my name is Brandon, aka Smart Home Sellout, and today we're going to be talking about the MSR-2 and going over an introduction of all the different ways that you can use the MSR-2, whether it's power, mounting, or additional add-ons like the SCD CO2 sensor or the GPIO header add-on. All right, let's get into it. Hey everyone. All right, so we've got this MSR2 device here, and as a reminder, the fully flat side is the side facing towards the presence you want to detect. We also have the LTR390 in here. That is measuring the lux and UV, so make sure that light can get in these top ports. We also have the boot and the reset buttons here, and the USB-C on the side. So we can very gently pop that off. And we now see the boot and the reset buttons very clearly. We also see the mezzanine connector here, and that will be used for either the GPIO header add-on or the female USB-C rear add-on. And we will take a look at those in a minute. So if we turn our device over and we gently lift up, we will see that we have the SCD-40 optional CO2 sensor. We can very gently remove that. That exposes our secondary MSR2 mezzanine connector. We also can see our USB-C port. This is the LD2410B. This is the mmWave sensor that does all the magic on the device itself, and the very small RGB LED. All right, so if we wanted to put this SCD-40 sensor back on, we would look for this very tiny X in the corner, and we would match up that X on that corner. That lets us know that it is oriented properly, and once it seats, it will look perfectly flat like that. Perfect. So now we'll mind where the USB-C port is for the case. We will turn this upside down and very gently set the device back. I'm going to turn it around here so we can see. So we have a couple of options for this rear mezzanine connector. We are able to either use the GPIO header add-on here, and I'll show you how to do that. We have the, again, we're going to look at our X here. We are going to find an X on the PCB, which is right there, and that lets us know that it sits just like that. And you can kind of tell it's seated well. We also have a little backplate that will come with this add-on, and we're going to want to make sure that we push in these two corners first and then snap, and that will have it sit pretty flush. Perfect. All right, so at this point, this is a DIY tinkerer's option. If you want to add some additional functionality to your MSR2, here's a great way to do that. One option is adding a small LED strip, which I have a tutorial for on our wiki. All right, we will remove those. We also have the rear MSR2 female add-on for USB-C. And again, we're going to match up the X here. We're going to match up the X there and very gently put our add-on on. And now it will come with this backplate. We used to have a flat backplate. This is still 3D printable on from Printables if you want to print it without this additional articulating mount. However, we went ahead and unified this mount. So this mount will be sent whether you buy the female USB-C or the articulating stand, which is this guy right here. And so this will allow you to mount it where you'd like and have power coming out of the rear. And this is also a fully 3D printable option. So if you'd like to print it yourself at home and save $5, you are more than welcome to do so. All right, so that is also one of our mounting options as well as a power option there. And another option that we have, let's put the rear backplate back on, is this thing, which is called the MSR2 outlet mount, and it only goes on one way. So this is the front of the MSR2. There's the left side of it here. We will pop that on, and now it is sitting on this custom little 3D printed enclosure inside of a very small PCB that we made. So then you want to buy our top-facing USB-C port power supplies here, and you can pick one of these two ports and gently push it in. And you now have a very nice mount for the MSR2 that's also providing power right at the outlet. So it's a very minimalist style, definitely a neat option. And of course, you can always just power it via the USB-C port here instead of using an adapter or the or the add-on for the female rear USB-C, you're welcome to just use it as is. All right, and last but not least, we also have this little add-on. It is called our 90-degree USB-C to USB-C add-on, and if you look here, let me disconnect. There is a short and a long end. It's the short end that is going to go into the MSR-2 just like this, and this long end will go into a USB-C outlet is a normal use case, but of course it could technically go into go into anything. It's a male USB-C outlet, right? So I mean a male USB-C port. So it does not have to go directly into an outlet, but this is a very common use case to just mount it very cleanly in an outlet. All right. Well, thank you guys, and hopefully you learned something today, and we will talk to you next time. Thanks.